kneeling for the national anthem, Negaraku.
That you are going to go through, start with your mercy, continue with your blessings, and end with your forgiveness. Ya Allah, Ya Sami'un Alim, with your blessings, strengthen us and assist our leaders to uphold the spirit of excellence, to move forward in a single direction on the development of higher education towards greatness to achieve Transformasi Nasional 2050. Ya Allah, Ya Mujibud Doa, make our effort today a fruitful one. Lead to a contribution to the development of our country and strengthen the quality of our higher education system. Let our battle cry soaring upwards.
And because he is my boss, I'm going to have to say, the most good-looking gentleman in this hall, the Minister himself, Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Anwar.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good morning to all of you. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wa bihi nasta'in. Terima kasih kerana datang pada pagi ini. We are lucky. Big hands to my Deputy Minister, Dr. Mary Yap Keng. Of course, my diva Tasik KSU. So I know. Was here 4 o'clock this morning. Pukul 4 pagi tadi nak pastikan semua berjalan dengan baik. TKSU, Datuk Kamil, Ketua Pengarah Tingkat Tinggi Datin Guru Siti Hamizah. Oh ya, baca doa tadi lupa. Baca doa Azman, Dr. Azman, yang very small history of yang crane jatuh di Mekah, dia kena. He was unconscious for 1 day. 1 day, satu hari saja. 1 hour, sorry, 1 hour. Dan hari ini kita juga dia baru balik daripada New York, cakap pasal digital economy, how digital economy is going to influence your GDP. Big question. Dia bawa bersama semua dia mak dia. The mother is here and the mother is here. I thought the mother look, oh, but his mother looks very young. Nampak muda lagi. Because we have Prof. Key from Ting Zua University. Buat ini semua Malaysia actually. Key dilahirkan Setiawan, dibesarkan di Johor Bahru. Okay, he's a guy in stem cell. Dia beritahu saya tadi, good thing about stem cell, I couldn't really understand. Never mind. Too good for me to understand. And Ting Zua University, we have Tencent, we have World Bank. We have Delhi. He's from Kathmandu, Nepal. He's from Nepal.
Kat mana?
And Night Chancellor, and big hands to all of you. Tepuk tangan kita semua. So many homes in India. I really want to test your energy level. Okay? I'll see how energetic you are. Ini akan menentukan masa depan kita. Sorry! Sorry! Not good enough. That kind of level is not good enough. Really? Sorry! 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 Okay, good enough. Big hand to all of us. Sebab dalam pendidikan, ianya perlu ceria. Education has to be fun. Very important. Because they were telling, everybody is telling, I was with Sir Ken Robinson on Sunday. Ken Robinson beritahu bahawa universities are killing the creativity of the students. We don't want to do that. In Malaysia, we want them to be more creative. That's why today you don't hear no lecture notes. No lecture notes, of course. PowerPoint saja. PowerPoint saja. For you to see. Seeing, hearing and seeing. Use of faculties. Hari ini. And learning by doing. Hari ini. So I ask you questions. I would ask you to do cohort today. Siapa yang tahu cohort, okey. Yang tak tahu cohort, you will learn cohort. Siapa yang dapat jawab dengan betul akan dapat hadiah hari ini. Latest Samsung phone. I have 6 today. 6 to give away today. Okay, Samsung apa? Latest Samsung phone? I don't know why this, but it's latest Samsung phone. Apa dia? S8. Is it S8? Siapa yang beli tadi? Better be S8 because I said latest Samsung phone. Huh? No answer. Okay. So hari ini kita lihat, kita menggunakan tajuk ini. Where's the... Okay. Tajuk yang kita lihat pada hari ini ialah higher education dan kita menggunakan gambar tangan yang mekanikal dan burung yang bebas berterbangan. How the physical, digital and the biological world comes together. Kehidupan semula, alam semula jadi. The tension, the digital world, and the Singhua key, your biological stem cell is all in. That's why you are here. Proud to be Malaysians here, except for Dilip. Never mind. We also consider people from Nepal to be here. We are global nowadays, don't worry. Jadi, inilah soalan-soalan yang kita sentiasa terima. Isu-isu yang kita sentiasa terima. Dan itulah challenges, isu-isu yang kita cuba tangani di Kementerian Pendidikan Tinggi. Isu-isu tentang graduate employability, tak boleh pasaran. Isu-isu tentang communication, kemampuan kita bertutur dalam bahasa Inggeris dengan baik. Bukan hanya bertutur dalam bahasa Inggeris dengan baik, bertutur dalam bahasa Malaysia dengan baik. Itu pun tak boleh. Okey? Kita ada isu critical thinking. That's going to drive you forward. Masa depan kita yang memerlukan pemikiran, bukan apa yang kita belajar. Because everything is in the cloud nowadays. Kita bercakap tentang work experience, pengalaman bekerja. Macam mana, apakah pengalaman yang kita perlu alami semasa di universiti? And this guy is very worried. You know, skeleton habis dah. Kulit skeleton fikir benda yang sama. You go back again, go back. That looks very interesting. Okay? I can't get a job because I don't have experience. Because I can't get a job because I don't have experience. So it goes round and round. Now you realize it. Okay? Kita ada isu tentang terlalu academic. Because that's what you were trained before. That's how Asma was being trained before. That Nasir was being trained before. That's how Tan Sri Ibrahim Sang will be trained before. So you must train the way you have been trained. Too bad. You know? That's your generation, not Gen Y. Okay? You better shape up, or you will ship you out. Sorry. That's what I learned in my management books. Huh? You better shape up or you ship out. Okay. Dan kita lihat unknown future. You see the robot kicking your butt, you know. It may happen if you're not careful. Sebab itu kita lihat bagaimana. Sebab itu blueprint kita, plan pendidikan, plan pembangunan pendidikan kita bercakap tentang keperluan kepada holistik, pelajar-pelajar yang holistik, yang berciri keusahawanan dan juga yang seimbang. Itu sebabnya kita memastikan kita mempunyai pensyarah-pensyarah yang berpengalaman, yang tahu apa yang mereka ajar. Sebab tu kita mengatakan, we are soaring upwards, that's our journey. Let's look at our journey. Apa yang telah kita laksanakan. Bermula dengan plan pembangunan pendidikan kita, bermula dengan blueprint kita. Ini pun pause sekejap, kita melihat blueprint kita ini bukan hanya blueprint yang kita buat seronok-seronok. Dia mengambil masa 2 tahun untuk kita melaksanakan plan pembangunan pendidikan ini. 2 tahun. Reference to IEA, World Bank, OECD, UNESCO, Scopus, U21. Of course, Malaysians, Town Hall, Memorandum, email. Sebab tu blueprint kita ini adalah menyeluruh. Bukan blueprint yang datang daripada kementerian semata-mata, tapi blueprint yang kita melihat apa sebenarnya isu-isu pendidikan tinggi yang harus kita tangani di dalam negara kita. Sebab itu kita ada 10 lonjakan, 10 C's in our blueprint, which covers almost everything. It's in the book. If you have the Soaring Upwards book, 2017-2018, it covers everything. I don't want to go into details today. You get very boring, you sleep in the morning. I don't want to sleep in the morning. Okay? That's why we have to redesign our higher education. And I tell you frankly, I've been all over the world, throughout the world. I don't see any other government who's doing this in a very passionate manner, who really want to see changes in our higher education system. Terima kasih kepada kita punya Ketua Pengarah, Director General Jakarta. And all the VCs, big hands to all the VCs. Kepada tangan kepada mereka semuanya berdepannya. They are really together with us. MQA, former MQA ni. Former MQA, baru MQA mana? Existing MQA mana? MQA, sebelah MQA. Terima kasih. Ini mengatakan we are doing it together. We are changing. We are redesigning our higher education. Kita sedang melaksanakannya.
Oh, dia tulis.
ICGPA, Malaysia Make Product.
Timetable.
Saya pergi merata-rata bertanya di mana, macam mana kita nak mentarif pelajar-pelajar dalam bentuk yang lebih menyeluruh, lebih holistik. I couldn't find it elsewhere.
Ini untuk media.
So we have to create our own ICGPA. I have that particular time seorang pengarah bahagian akademik, seorang anak jantan, Prof. Madya Jantan Jaafar. You hear kan? Come up stage. Bring all your team here. Bring all your team here, come. Semua tim ICGPA naik pentas. Please, all of you.
Habis.
3 saja. You come up here. Come. Appear here. Like a catwalk, into some catwalk here. Come. Come here.
3 orang je.
And you are the only man, how come? I'm blessed to have too many women in my ministry. Thank God. Alhamdulillah. So big hands to all of them. Kerana kita telah melihat bahawa kita memerlukan satu cara. What don't get measured, don't get done. Itu saya juga belajar semasa saya menjadi pelajar pengurusan. So, thank you for making it happen. Big hands to all of them. You want to say something? No need, you can go down now.
Sial.
You can go down there. Enough of it. ICGPA, Integrated CGPA. You can see, I'm showing to you. Saya beritahu sini contoh seorang pelajar yang melaksanakan ICGPA sejak. This is in the 4th semester. Okay, kita akan melihat perkembangan-perkembangan. Ini ICGPA dia semester pertama. Boleh melihat knowledge 2.8, physical skill 3.5. Very eligible student. Orang terkenal pergi you, very jurus. Okay, converted into the Malaysian standard. Okay. Entrepreneurial not yet been measured in the 1st semester. So keusahawanan belum lagi diukur. So you don't get it in the 1st semester. But if you look at him, in the 2nd semester, dia telah berubah. Pengukurannya juga telah berbeza. If you move and see, oh belum, I thought you have 4th semester no? Tak ada, okay. You can see the changes. Kita melihat perkembangan pelajar tersebut. When he's being taught
Alamak, pakcik.
entrepreneurship, you can see his knowledge. You can see his problem solving skill. Ada yang naik, ada yang turun. His communication has gone down a little bit by 0.02. Not doing as good. So itulah pengukuran yang digunakan. We have a book for it. It will tell you how it is measured. 2 you to I, 2 years in university and 2 years in industry. Ini yang industri amat suka. On 2 you to I. Kerana pelajar-pelajar akan punya pengalaman. Dan inilah di mana pelajar yang membuat mata pelajaran accountancy. Saya jumpa dengan Salihin 2 hari yang lalu mengatakan pelajar-pelajar tahun 1, tahun 2 dah dapat allowance RM5 1 jam. Pelajar tahun 1, tahun 2 dah mula dapat allowance. Bekerja, belajar dan bekerja at the same time. Tahun 3 dah mula doing auditing di syarikat. Dah keluar ke syarikat buat auditing. Of course under the supervision of the lecturers. So the moment you graduate, you're hired right away. Tidak ada masalah. Tidak ada masalah. Pelajar-pelajar yang tidak ada pengalaman, tidak ada masalah. Pensyarah-pensyarah yang bekerja tidak ada pengalaman. CEO faculty programs, we have all these people here. 73 sekarang. They are so proud. Some people have too much money. They don't know what to do with it, so they want to go and lecture. Some of them, I know some of them. So lecturing is becoming prestigious, which some of the lecturers don't feel like it. They're doing it every day. They go to class, they don't know what to do with the class. The lecturer and students were sleeping. No. So these people, it's so prestigious to go to university to lecture. I got a lot of even ministers. I got CEOs, big companies say, Idris, thank you very much, giving me opportunity to go and lecture in universities. Oh, say, and not only that, you can see, some do more than that. Ada yang buat lebih daripada itu lagi. This guy painted his aeroplane with UPM just because we appoint appointed him as a CEO faculty of UPM. His own money. His own money. And some of these people give money to universities, donate money some more. So I'm telling universities, get as many CEOs, faculty as you want, and they will donate money to you. They give you lecture and they donate money to you. Also new, because that's why we say we are redesigning our higher education in Malaysia. And I say to the industries, we are one. Di Malaysia kita katakan industri dan academia are one.
Allah.
I was in Penang 2 weeks ago, 200 companies came. They're very proud. Then when I told them that industries are and academia are one. No more ivory toweling. Tak ada lagi, no more. There was no more division between universities and industries. I asked them, what is it that you want? Tell me, how many do you really want? And when do you want? Pagi tadi, my KP was asking me, telling me that some industries don't even know what they want. Be surprised. Can you tell us how we will train your students to face the IR 4.0? Dah ada pagi tadi. Some don't even know what they want. So perhaps allow you can tell them what they want. Hopefully and probably Prof. Key, you can tell them what they want. Perhaps tell them, guide them. You cannot tell everything, because you also don't know everything also. Of course, professors don't know everything. Okay, but at least guide them. This guy, he's us. Stand up with us. Useless guy. No? Couldn't get his grades, get his diploma. And after that, too good for school. Colleges don't good enough for him. He went into business, made a lot of money, plays Expo, and plays Expo today. You play Expo at 12. This guy admitted into MIT. ASB is MIT Sloan Business School in Malaysia. He's been admitted. If you look at him, but of course, before that MIT interviewed him. Whether his feet on or for MBA, MIT Sloan Business School, he's qualified. That's what he's asked. When are you graduating? April. Not yet, huh? You don't know yet. Are they passing you or not? You are. Somebody is doing quite well. You can listen to him. These are the opportunities we give. We call it FL. These are the opportunities, accreditation of prior experiential learning. For a guy like him, no way you can dream of going to MIT Sloan Business School if we don't have FL in Malaysia. So thank you for all the academicians for allowing it to happen. Laksanakan, dia dapat laksanakan dengan baik.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Azhar, and I'm a student at the Asia School of Business in collaboration with the MBA student program. So, I come from an unconventional background. I dropped out of school when I was 14 years old. At age 18, I jumped into business, and along the way, I established one of the largest musical instrument stores in Malaysia, as well as became the owner of a recording studio, a production house, and an executive producer for a bunch of films and documentaries at the same time. Somewhere around that line, I decided to come back to school and give myself a real education, which is when I found APAL. So APAL said, are you up to the challenge? Here's what you got to do. I said, I'm up to it. Let's do it. And APAL changed my life. The Asia School of Business changed my life. And I'm now looking to the next chapter, the next adventure that I'm going to go for.
Whole new life experience. Of course, he's as crazy as his father. His father is Dato' Azhar, who sailed around the world alone. Stupid guy. Very enterprising, Sometimes you have to be stupid to be enterprising. I don't know whether it's the right word or not. Huh? It's, I'm not sure. Don't worry about it. Okay? More, we allow students to go online Students study differently. I don't want to talk too much about this. Because we have towns to go to, okay? And Malaysian monks has been enrolled 74,000 students from abroad. That's Malaysian monk. And monk is different in Malaysia. Sebab monk Malaysia is being recognized as a country monk. Of course, kita ada monks from Harvard, monks from Oxford, monks from Stanford, but Malaysia monks is recognized as a country monk. It's different. That's why we say Malaysia is different. That's why kita kata Malaysia is sorry. Okay, I want to see whether you're sleeping or not. Up there, sleeping, okay. Sorry. Not bad. See this side, who's louder? Sorry. Same. No? Equal. I want to see loudest from this portion here. Okay, sorry! Okay, best. The best is the middle portion only. Okay. Gap year. Nothing new abroad, new in Malaysia. So students have the opportunity to find themselves, untuk mengetahui diri mereka sendiri. Kadang-kadang kita ni masuk sekolah ni kerana mak suruh masuk sekolah, bapak suruh masuk sekolah. Lepas tu masuk sekolah. Probably same thing with Ki pun sama dulu. Sama. Mak suruh masuk sekolah, kita masuk sekolah. Tapi nasib baik sekarang jadi orang sekolah. Ada yang tak jadi orang sekolah pun ada. Some people are lucky, they get through. So, time for you to have these opportunities. Ini peluang, this is new. Gap year di Malaysia membenarkan kita to join the army, national service. It's new. Dan contohnya pelajar ini, Lieutenant Muda Muhammad Ashraf Elias is now serving the Royal Malaysian Navy Reserve Unit. In October, he made a courtesy visit to HMAS Adelaide, and November, operational visit to Vietnam. So I tell the students, good opportunities, do national service, join the army, join the police force, join the immigration, be part of it. Opportunities for you. Don't miss a chance. Not many know about this as yet. Not only students, some lecturers pun tak tahu adanya program ini. My friend, we are joining the gigabit club. We have 100 gigabit connected to university, starting with UM. Hoping you are feeling the experience now. If you are not, tell me, so that I can tell Datuk Kamil to beef up, And we are going through MBA. Some people still not sure on the standard of our English. We have launched the Malaysia English Assessment. Thank you to Datuk Mary. She is an English teacher. Can I have the MEA team? Are you here? MEA team, are you here? Prof. Zuraida, are you here? You are here, okay. Come on here, come on stage. People want to see you. How many of you are here? MEA team. You are the only one. Aisha, Dr. Aisha, where are you? Shazi is not here. Say a few words for how. Yes. Are you afraid of me now? No. Say a few words. How MBA is going to change? Yeah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to say something about MEA. Actually, MEA is a new way of looking at assessment. We do not just look at we do not just assess student proficiency, which is very important in order to complete the proficiency journey. But more importantly, we are assessing how students can perform in the real world, which is part of the whole ecosystem.
And this benchmark against?
Again, that's very important.
Yeah, okay, say that.
Yes, I must say that it is benchmarked against international standards, which is a CEFR, Common European Framework of Reference.
Meaning that you can speak English in London, in Europe?
Yeah, it means that if our students, for example, get B2 or C1, which means that it internationally recognized as of world standards.
Okay, you can go down now. Okay, imagine main budu can do this. Kids from Kelantan, you know. Big hands to props to Raida. Allow us some time. We're going to change Malaysia. We're going to change English in Malaysia through MEA.
MEA.
Of course, we have translational research. Don't you sit too long with that?
Oh, wow.
Of course, you can see they are coming up with e-portfolio. You see, this girl was being offered a job even before she graduated. Of course, she's doing masters now. You can see e-portfolio does not only tell your basic CV, but it tells how you speak, how you communicate in 1.5 minute video to the public. People get hired even before they graduate. Of course, she's also beautiful, easier. Why is it always? She has not finished speaking, what? Okay. Can I have the next one again? Okay, now time for Samsung. I want to test you on a cohort, okay? Please pick up your mobile phone. I've asked you a few questions, okay? Pick up your mobile phone. If you answer correctly, I'm sorry I should have Huawei, whatever it is, but no. Phone or Apple. Okay? Cohort, go to cohort IT. Nanti dulu, just now can you go back? Go to cohort IT. Okay. Don't miss the opportunity. You're out there? All there again? Make sure you. And when you're there, you use this number 6289722. 6289722. Oh, you're there. Oh! Hey, oh, wow. See, your name will appear there. Okay? Datuk Mary pun nak juga. Adik juga saya lah. Okay? Okay, now I'll ask you questions. You have 60 seconds to answer the question. Those who answer quickly will get extra mark, higher mark. If you answer late, then you get lower mark. I put it together, the first three will get Samsung today. Samsung phone today. Okay, are you still there? Are you alright? Okay. You ready? Okay. Oh, belum, okay. Allow you to, okay. Oh, 2,000, 3,000 ni. Come. Okay, too long, stop. Lagi. Belum lagi. Tunggu. Okay. Oh, baru 900. Okay, at least 1,000, okay? Now we have, kita ada 934 players. Okay? We'll get the first 1,000, okay? Now it's lower now, okay? Are you all excited now? Okay, we reach 1,000, we can go. Okay? Then we have. Alright, that's it. Okay? Are you ready? Okay. The first question is, ICGP is the world's first integrated holistic assessment system. Where does it come from? Easy answer, okay. I give you 60 seconds. Come from America, Germany, Singapore, or Malaysia. Use the colors. ICGPA comes from where? Oh, answer dah 900 lebih lah, okey. Okey, oh, lama sangat ni, 30 second habis. Okey. Okay, allow people to really understand and participate. 18, 17. Okay, next. Can we move or cannot? We have to wait until you. Okay, we wait, okay. Okay. Oh, 856 meter Malaysia. Pandai semua. Okay. Hana Les now topping the whole thing. 983, which he was the first to answer correctly. Where are you, Hana? Go there, okay? You're not from the ministry, you know. Hopefully not. Huh? Hey, my office staff don't take part. Okay, next question. Okay, next question. Okay. Which of the following CEO is part of CEO faculty? Which of the following CEO is part of the CEO faculty? Okay. Who are part of them? Oh, now it's faster. Now it's really faster. Can we cut off until 1,000? Then we cut off is too long. 1 minute is too long. Okay. Once we get 1,000 answers, we can cut off. Can we do that? Tak boleh? Okay. Hari Nayarana, Oli Fernanda, Haris Iskandar, Nora. Who are part of them, who are not part of them, okay? Read slow, okay? Oh! Oni is part of them. Okay, that's basic. Haris Iskandar is not part of them. Ada juga kata Haris Iskandar part of you, they never mind. But Haris is going to be with us this afternoon, okay? Haris is going to be with our 3 beautiful lady professors that we have. Okay, let's see who's now topping the list. Oh, now it's Tazli. Who's Tazli? You're Tazli. You're not from Kementerian, no. Oh, better not. Better not from my office. I'll disqualify you. Okay, now it's fourth. The next question is, which of the following innovations is related to 2U2I initiative? Which of the following innovations is related to the 2U2I initiative? 2U2I is it work-based learning, industrial exposure, internship, or teaching factory? Alright, bit too slow. Alright, work-based learning, betul. Sorry. Okay, go down. Alright. I think we skip that. We skip the second couple. And of course, we have teaching and learning. We have people like Prof. Dr. Esther, who won UNESCO award. Esther, you are here. Come here, Esther. Is Amin here? Amin is not here. Come, Esther. Thank you very much, Esther. Thank you for coming on a very short notice. You get to know when this morning? Last night, what time? 7 something, really? Or you've been called only at 12 o'clock, you know? Alright. Also, another big hand to Esther. Okay, Esther, thank you very much. Okay. Thank you for coming. And of course, entrepreneurship, we have our Tan Sri KSU, who's really making sure that we are entrepreneurial. Big hands to our Tan Sri KSU. Mana? Hussein. Sampai banyak sikit. Okay. And of course, we have foreign universities here. The largest number of UK universities abroad is in Malaysia. The biggest number is in Malaysia. And of course, we have this picture of a beautiful campus of Harriet Watt. I think the rector is here. Mustaq, are you here? Where are you? Oh, you're so bad. How come they put you didn't even sit here? Never mind. You prefer to sit with your comrades over there. Okay. Tanya kepada Harriet Watt. We have other UK universities here. Grant, are you here? Nottingham. We have Nottingham. We have Southampton. We have Reading. Monash here? Monash? Oh, okay. Monash ada seorang. Okay. We have now 151,000 foreign students in Malaysia. Inshallah, we'll make the amount of 200,000 by the year 2020 soon. And Colombo is the most affordable city to the students. Okay, next. And of course, we get recognition from your Francisco Marmo Lejo, who tweeted he was here. Thank you for making it happen. And people say the doers are winners. We are doers. There's nothing new about the education system that we have. I went to Kevin Vincent, nothing new. He said the same thing he said 10 years ago. You can listen to all the other people. Michael Barber from UK, Sir Michael Barber will say the same thing. We are here because we are doers. So thank you to all of you. Terima kasih kepada semua. We're going to make it happen. Kita nak pastikan bahawa Malaysia kita memberi pendidikan yang terbaik untuk rakyat Malaysia. Sorry! Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri, for your welcoming remarks. I believe the most engaging welcoming remarks we have ever had. Once again, a big applause to Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri.
I think it was heartwarming during that day after my keynote. Prime Minister then came on stage and he told the audience, which was live telecast to national television, that Malaysia will be bold in making sure that embracing the epic challenge of this digital economy. A year has gone by, you have seen that this country has progressed a lot in making sure that that digital economy duty-free zone is taking place as we speak. Now, what about us? For all of us here who are fortunate enough to be in this room today, I can see that this is where the dream makers are going to be made. This is where history will be created. This is where the creators of our education for quality going forward is going to be coming from. Now, we have a very tough question that we have to ask ourselves. What kind of resources are required to navigate the human capital of this great nation moving towards this new age of digital civilization? And that is already falling upon us. What kind of resources are we talking about? Well, to be honest, this tough question is not even the toughest question. This is easy because in the world of internet, you can even Google the answer right now. Many
people have written, there are many experts, there are many consultants in the world.
Fascinating, and I want to talk to you about how I find that fascinating and how I think the changes in Malaysia will affect the rest of the world. I'm going to talk to you in that process by telling you essentially two stories. The first is a story of stagecoaches. The second, if this comes up, the technology may not work for me today. Second is the story of Candy Crush Saga, the very famous mobile phone app, which gives me a rather, let's figure out, I'm going to hit someone in the eye with this thing if I don't point it correctly. Candy Crush Saga, the future of education. Now, why am I going to talk to you about stagecoaches? Well, in Britain in the 1820s, the stagecoach was the dominant form of transportation. Not only was it the dominant form of transportation, it had been the dominant form of transportation for almost 4,000 years, since the days of the Egyptians. And in case you think that all sounds rather old-fashioned to travel the world with horses and carts, well, don't forget that back then in Britain, this was an industry. A man called John McAdam was laying down roads that would take the average speed of coach travel from 10 kilometres an hour to 12 kilometres an hour, about the same speed as rush hour traffic in KL this morning when I was coming in. But then a funny thing happened, because that industry believed it would go on forever. 4,000 years old, prices were falling, consumer comfort was rising. And then on the 15th of September, 1830, the first train ran between Liverpool and Manchester. And within 20 years, the entire industry of stagecoaches was wiped out. Now the question for me is not one of why does a new technology come and replace an old technology? That happens all the time. An interesting question is, why is it the owners of the stagecoaches were not investing in the railway technology? Because for me, the answer falls into two parts. The first is, they didn't really have the scale and understanding as to how these kind of massive changes could affect them. The stagecoach owners were small and highly fragmented. This new technology came, and they didn't know how to put it into place. And the second answer for me about why they didn't use it is because when it came to their industry, they didn't really understand what they were trying to achieve. If you'd asked them, they would have said, we're in the transport business. But they behaved as if they were in the horse and cart business. And that means when steam and steel arrived, they couldn't get their heads around how this was still the business that they were in before. Now that's relevant. Oh, it's Thomas the Tank Engine. My daughter, who's 7, insisted if I'm talking about trains, I have to put Thomas the Tank Engine in. So there's Thomas the Tank Engine. But why is that relevant for ASEAN? Well, because when it comes to looking at education and policy in this part of the world, I think two statistics for me stand out as the most dramatic. The first is there are 140 million people under the age of 14 today in ASEAN, and the second is that there will be 100 million more born by 2035. And why is that significant? It's because these are brand new people entering an incredibly dynamic education market. I see in Malaysia particularly, but across ASEAN more generally, any number of different experiments running as to how we will provide education in the public sector, in the private sector, and elsewhere. Because you have a large cohort of people to educate at a time when other parts of the world's dynamics and demographics are slowing, ASEAN is exploding. And two things are critical for that to me. Number one, there's an incredibly high propensity to invest in education in this part of the world, which means people will pay for new ideas. And secondly, particularly for the more established providers, including for us in places like Europe and the UK and elsewhere, a lot of these people have never accessed higher education before in their lives. They don't have mums and dads and grannies and granddads and aunties and uncles who've gone through higher education. Which means when they arrive to make choices, when they arrive with their expectations of government, they're coming with a clean slate, and they want what works. And they want what works quickly. And they don't have preconceptions of the way it used to be, like a 4,000-year-old stagecoach industry, the way it used to be. The other thing about this generation is that it is highly digital. And digitally literate does not mean having lots of computers. It means having lots of smartphones. That is the way they see the world. That is how they communicate with the world. And that is why I want to talk to you about Candy Crush Saga. Now, for those who haven't come across Candy Crush Saga, it's a mobile phone game. You move bits and pieces up and down, left and right. It's great. If you've not played it before, you've got to try it. I could have picked any mobile phone app, to be honest, but this is kind of a grandfather of mobile phone apps because it was released in 2012, which shows you how old it must be now. Now, these things are incredibly popular. Why are these things popular? How does that shape how people think services should be delivered? Well, first of all, something like this is free. You don't pay anything for for these kind of digital content. You just access it and consume it. You can come up to it whenever you want. You don't have to wait 6 months or fill in a form before you get the access. It's instantly accessible. It's completely portable. You travel around the world with your smartphone, with the app, with anything you want to do. You can play it in the morning in Bangkok, continue playing it in the afternoon in Malaysia. It comes with you. It's constantly updated. It's always new, it's always fresh. They're always adding new challenges, but critically keeping the latest ideas there. There's micro rewards. There are 2,000 levels in Candy Crush. I haven't played them all. But with that aspect of micro rewards, people always have something to come back to, but are also achieving something today, not tomorrow. You can pause and come back to it. If you stop on level 106 today and come back in a week or a month or a year, it doesn't send you back. You continue on level 136, so you can take breaks and take pauses. It's part of a global community. It's fully integrated into your life and how it works, and yet it is highly personalized. It's on your phone, your system. Now, this is the way that 250 million plus young people in ASEAN think the world looks. How do we have to change education policy and education strategy to reflect that? Because how would they expect a digital education world to look to them? Well, first of all, oh my goodness, how do I say that? They expect it to be free. You would be paying for your interaction with people, not paying for content, which is why I'm reluctant to say MOOCs for the future. It'll be available on demand. If you want education, why are you going to wait until the start of a new term or the start of next year? I want to be educated right now with something that's credible and viable. I want studies across borders. Why is it when I'm a globally mobile workforce, I can't get out of bed in the morning, travel to a new country and continue my education? Is education harming me by restricting my movements to finish my course? You want the latest research and the latest methods. You're not going to wait 2 years for the textbook to be updated, or 3 years for the professor to change the course. It has to be continuously evolving. And when you look at a sector like graphene in the UK, as one company commented, the sector hasn't been around long enough to write the books on how to teach graphene. You're not going to wait 3 years for a degree. Why is it if I've done 2 terms worth of work? I'm not getting qualifications now, because I might want to take a break. I might want to spend a year travelling or studying or working in a company, but you're going to make me stay 3 years for a degree. Why is that? Why can't I take a break like I can in everything else? And you're going to want a globally respected brand, so something you can take around the world, but it's still going to have to deliver local solutions, because people want to feel their education is personalised as well as being global. Now that's relevant for me because when you think about this and how it will affect education provision, I still fundamentally believe the world is going to look a lot more like this in the future and a lot less like that in the future. Or perhaps not as much as we think. It might look like this in the future, which would be really tremendous. But why do I think it's a blended aspect? It's because I fundamentally believe when you're looking at education provision, a lot of the stuff that you can teach in the bottom left-hand corner, you can digitize and automate. Now, it's a useful enhancement. It can help you learn other things. The stuff you're learning through human interaction, and human interaction in higher education and elsewhere, is the part you cannot automate. Now, that matters for policymakers, because digitization is undoubtedly a useful tool, and it's cheap, and it can be scaled, but the human element in interaction is incredibly expensive and needs to be invested in. And how are we investing in our teachers and our professionals rather than trying to digitize everything? The future will be blended. You see that in every other technology industry that has come to that conclusion over time. Facebook is nothing without the people that drive Facebook. Amazon went digital on books, wiped out many of the bookshops, and is now starting to open bookshops again. Happily in the UK, with Malaysian cooperation, we have done a lot to show how we can take our brands international. These are 5 British university campuses that are now present in Malaysia, thanks to the Malaysian government opening the doors to that collaboration. It is not simply a collaboration for us to work with Malaysians here, it is about being able to bring British students from the UK to Malaysia to continue their studies and enhance their experience of working in this part of the world. And for me, that is critical, because when I look at the kind of ability in Southeast Asia, the kind of ability that Malaysians have when they travel for higher education and go into other experiences, I want British students to have the same. I think when it comes to my conclusion in education, this is the thing I think is most relevant for all of us. 90% of everything we know about how the human brain learns we have discovered in the last 10 years. That means anybody that's left school more than 10 years ago, or left higher education more than 10 years ago, is out of date when it comes to teaching. I have absolutely no idea exactly how the future of education will look. None of us do in 20 years' time. But the kind of trends I described will be absolutely present. And we must remember and understand that just because it's the way that we learned, doesn't mean it's the way they'll be learning tomorrow. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for that sort of question, which I think will haunt us as far as...
Okay, so that's once. Did you get that? So we had Rasa Sayang A, and we repeated it. Then we came to the pantun. Okay, so that's the pantun part. And then we came back to Rasa Sayang again. And then what we call that is the form. So that's the form. It's always going to be that. Rasa Sayang twice, pantun twice, Rasa Sayang twice. Then again, Rasa Sayang twice, pantun twice, Rasa Sayang twice. We play the melody once, then after that we start improvising. And that's when you all will get lost. But remember what the form is, right? So here and there now, what Izzas is going to do is we are going to do the solo part and the improvisation part, the part that we as jazz musicians we really love, and that is where the part where jazz people who don't appreciate it, the part that we all get lost. Okay, so try not to get lost. Here and there, we will keep coming back to the melody or the pantun. So see whether you are on track with us. Okay, let's go. We're going to start straight with the solo.
The pantun is buah cempedak di luar pagar, ambil galah tolong jolokkan. Saya budak baru belajar, jika salah tolong ajarkan. If you have it in your memory.
Yeah. And I can tell you, he just Googled it backstage. Straight on the solo, which would be back to the top. Sing Rasa Sayang in your head, okay? Sayang,
rasa sayang, sayang, rasa sayang, sayang,
now it's my solo. part is what we call the outro or the coda. It's where we jam and jam and jam, and we try to find some way to end. Thank you very much for having us. We hope with that little 10-minute jazz appreciation that you will go and listen to more jazz. Thank you very much for having us.
Inilah KL, kau tengok KL. Ni depan McDonald, beli bintang. Tengok. Banyak perubahan selama 10 tahun saya duduk kat KL ni. Ni lah macam-macam perubahan KL ni. Dulu tangga tak ada. Ini pun dah banyak perubahan dah. Jalan ini jalan baru ni. Dulu tak ada Starbucks, sekarang dah ada dah. Hari hujan lah kat KL ni. Tengok hari mendung. Tengok hujan tu. Alamak, kau pada jam pukul 6. 6.30 dah, 6.30. 6.30, 6.40 dah. Macam ni lah KL waktu hari-hari biasa. Tak ramai juga. Bukan semua ramai. Ada orang putih makan-makan. Welcome to Kuala Lumpur 2017. Hari hujan. Yalah. Hujan. Hujan semua. Wah, ada Ferrari ya. Lamborghini ya. Very expensive. Maybe 1 million. Lamborghini. Where are you from, man? Huh? Germany. Okay. Careful, relax. Malaysia, you must relax. Don't rushing. Very dangerous.
Oh, dia mau kasih? Dia sendiri mau kasih. Jangan potong-potong bang. Tutup lah. Lalu देखा ये बुझाउन सुरु गरेर दिसी.
Okey, sekarang waktu petang di KL ni kan, suasana dia macam ni lah. Lagipun sekarang ni tengah hujan. Jalan tengah hujan ni macam ni lah keadaan dia. Tu Fahrenheit. Ini rupa Fahrenheit. Dulu KL Plaza ni.
Because of you.
Biasa kita jalan pakai sebelah sana tu. Sekarang kita jalan pakai sebelah sini. Sekarang ni jam pukul 6.50. Belum ke 7 lagi. Cantik tu pavilion. Inilah pemandangan pavilion terbaru 2017. Hari hujan ni. Hari hujan ni banyak orang jual payung. Banyak pelanggan. Sekarang perhiasan musim bulan atau musim tahun, perhiasan untuk Christmas ni dah bermula lah dekat KL, dekat ni pavilion ni. Wow, macam ni lah. Ada rusa. Let it Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Lagu dia dah tukar dah. Tengok, inilah suasana pavilion sekarang. Tahun 2019 kena perayaan 15 tahun. Promote sikit barang kos.
You're having sales now.
Thank you. Oh yeah, I dapat free gift daripada kos. Thank you sir. Okey, sekarang kita jumpa dengan Abang Nabil lah. Inilah dia Abang Nabil sebenarnya. Okey Abang Nabil.
Terima kasih, terima kasih, terima kasih.
Jumpa lagi Abang Nabil lah.
Jumpa lagi, take care ya, jaga diri ya.
Saya ada website. Nanti Abang Nabil tengok RNB TV.
Oh, okey.
Itu saya website. I download ni.
Baik, thank you bang.
Okay.